Mike Tyson has revealed who he thinks would win a future showdown between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson.
Mike, who will win out of Shakur and Gervonta?
Gervonta Davis?
Yeah.
I like to go with Tank. Everyone's going to go with Tank, It would be a very interesting fight.
Mike Tyson, the former undisputed heavyweight champion, has suddenly supported the bigger puncher to win. According to an interview on the It Is What It Is podcast, he stated, "Wow, that's a good fight. I like to go with Tank. Everyone's going to go with Tank, but it would be a very interesting fight." While Tyson holds the boxing expert Shakur in high regard as well, he thinks Tank is a monster. Tyson further added, "Listen, you don't have to hurt him. You just have to outscore. Shakur takes a good shot. He's a specialist. That's why there are some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. It's boring watching sometimes, but he knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat. To bring out the best in Shakur, you gotta pressure him like Tank and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just a monster right now." Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis is a battle that Coach Larry Wade believes is too big to be missed. If they battle again in the future, Larry believes Tank will prevail.
I hate to say it won't happen. I feel like that's too big of a fight for it not to happen. I think the length of the time of when that fight happens helps determine the outcome of that fight. If I had to pick someone today, but of course I would pick Gervonta Davis, and the main reason because he has everything there is, including experience. Shakur Stevenson is extremely talented as well and very gifted. It's not going to be an easy fight for either guy, but if I had to pick one guy today, it'd be Gervonta Davis.
George Kambosos feels certain about the outcome of the Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson match. Kambosos is prepared to stake a large sum of money on Tank winning the knockout. He stated, "I'll bet $1 million he knocks Shakur's buck teeth out cold. Won't happen though, Shakur just talks. Maybe if it's 5-on-1 like his little street fight." But Claressa Shields said that Stevenson's is the top dog. She stated, "Shakur is the best. To me, he's better than Tank, better than Devin, better than Ryan Garcia. He's better than Teofimo. Shakur is my number one when it comes to those weight classes. He is me." The 4-weight world champion then predicted that Stevenson beats Tank and said he has faced tougher opposition on his route to lightweight. "I'm not gonna ever dismiss a fighter. I think Tank got some great skills and hard punches. He's so explosive, but so is Shakur. Shakur has, for me, faced harder challenges than Tank. When you look at the guys Shakur fought, their records and style, Tank cannot say he's the best if he knocked out Ryan and Raleigh. Who the f*** is a Raleigh and who the f*** is a Ryan? Those guys would never get in the ring with Shakur." She further added, "People say it only takes one, you're right, but when you're only getting hit 5 or 6%, I'm just rocking with Shakur for that fight, and he's gonna be smart. Shakur's strong too. He's fast too. When he's got something to prove, he fights to a higher level." Paulie Malignaggi supports Stevenson and believes the Newark native can finish the job. He stated, "He is the best pure boxer in the sport. Nobody can touch him. Nobody can beat him, including elite levels guys," said Malignaggi when speaking to ProBox TV on Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson would beat Gervonta Davis and make it look pretty easy. Davis's power is always a wild card, but Shakur Stevenson is way too good. However, Shaquille Daly asserts that Shakur Stevenson may be defeated by Gervonta Davis with just one blow. In the final rounds of the encounter, Daly believes Tank will be able to do harm on Shakur.
So if he faces Shakur Stevenson, how you see that going?
So I feel as though he get Shakur in the later rounds. If he gets Shakur in the later rounds, I'm about to say Tank really has like that one type of power. Like all he really needs is one punch. Shakur, he gets hit, but he don't get hit a lot. So it'd be like a back and forth type fight.
Jaron Boots Ennis was asked about how a fight between the two might go and, like many, found it a hard one to call. He stated, "That's a great fight, I think that's 50-50. Two great guys, two sharp guys. That's a great fight. I really think it's 50-50. They both great fighters. We're not gonna know till they get in the ring. That's a great match. Shakur is sharp. He knows how to box. He's technical. Tank, he's sharp. He can box. He's got power. He can do everything. I think that's gonna be a sharp type of fight." Former Davis opponent, Ryan Garcia, who is currently serving a ban after a positive test for his fight against Devin Haney, has no doubt that Tank would beat his lightweight rival. He said, "Gervonta beats Shakur." Former light heavyweight world champion Antonio Tarver backed Davis to get the victory but said fans may see Shakur like never before. He said, "That's a tough fight, man. It's a chess match to say the least. You got power, you got technique. You got a guy that got some of the best feet in the game, and you got a guy like Gervonta, whose energy is unmatched in the ring. When I look at that fight, I don't see Shakur moving enough to avoid Tank Davis all night. I think Tank's IQ in the ring will allow him to cut the ring off and get to Shakur. Unless Shakur is on his bicycle, but I don't think he'll make a fight like that and just run all night. I think he'll be forced to fight and probably show a Shakur Stevenson that none of us thought he could be in a fight like that. Asked to predict how a tournament would turn out with all the best 135 and 140 pounders, Davis, Stevenson, Devin Haney, Subriel Matias, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, former trainer to Gennady Golovkin, Abel Sanchez, said Davis beats them all. He said, Matias and Gervonta are in the final. Shakur doesn't have the pop that Davis has. He doesn't have the pop that Matias has. I think Tank is the best of them all. I think that Tank has what I would love to have in all my fighters. He's got a Roberto Duran rage in my opinion. None of these other guys have that. Yes, he's a little short, but when you've got that Duran rage, he wants to hurt you. The other guys, they don't have that rage, and I think that's very important in a fighter. Teddy Atlas believes that Tank Davis is the only guy that can decipher Shakur Stevenson's defensive style.
Because Shakur Stevenson is that difficult. Because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, and his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat Shakur Stevenson.
Jorge Linares also feels that Gervonta Davis stops Shakur Stevenson. Linares says that Davis has tremendous power, and it would be too much for Shakur to handle. He stated, if Gervonta is fighting with Shakur Stevenson, it's more of an easy fight. I like Shakur, but he has so many crazy things right now. For me, it's more exciting to see Lomachenko with Gervonta. If that fight happens with Shakur, it's easy. With Shakur, Davis can do whatever he wants to do. Maybe decision, maybe KO. If that fight with Shakur can happen, I think Gervonta can kill this guy. Despite criticism for his approach, Oscar De La Hoya asserted that Shakur Stevenson is the best boxer in the world right now. Oscar stated, I don't think anybody will get in the way of that fight. I'm Zapita's promoter and I actually want to make that fight. I think Shakur right now, skill-wise, is probably the best fighter on the planet today. Tremendous skills, but he has to be able to sell tickets. Robert Garcia, who currently trains pound-for-pound star Jesse Bam Rodriguez among others, believes Davis is unbeatable at lightweight. Garcia said, he's unbelievable, man. I think Tank at this point is unbeatable at the lightweight division against any of the world champions. I think he's the top guy right now in that division. He had a great performance. He has the timing, power, accuracy. Everything is great, man. He's a perfect fighter right now. The number 3 ranked lightweight WBC fighter Keyshawn Davis is one man who has experience sharing the ring with both. Should the two ever face off, Keyshawn believes Shakur will prevail. He said, I think Shakur will win. I think Shakur got better skills and of course he's better defensively. I'm always going with the better skill and the better defensive fighter. Tank's skill is phenomenal, but I just feel like he's offensive first. I feel like Tank is the type of fighter where he'll either be offensive first or he'll be very, very, very patient and just try and catch you slipping. Certain fighters just smart, The lightweight up-and-comer says the fight will definitely end in a split decision. I just think Shakur will win that fight. It'll be a hell of a fight, a hard fight, and it's definitely going to be a split decision. But I've got Shakur. According to Jarrett Hurd, nobody in the 135 class could match Tank's dominance. Hurd claims that no one is immune from Tank's incredible power, not even Lomachenko or Stevenson.
Can anybody take that power at 135, in your opinion?
Hell no. Hell no, man. If you look back on PBC, where everybody's hitting that punch machine, Deontay Wilder, Eddie Reed, all of them, Tank got the highest joint for a reason. Your man got bricks.
So what are your thoughts about this fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.